All right, hip hop colonians is your man DJ Mr. Chris with another fresh, dope episode of HIP-HOPCALYPSE. If you guys are watching the video, you probably know DJ Mr. Chris is a little unorthodox right now. I don't have my famous microphone, so I had to pack it up. I have a big event tomorrow, so it's a little bit stripped down than what y'all usually see. But today, none the least, I have a very interesting and special guest on the show. Fire. That's all I'm going to say. Fire, 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 fire. And we're talking about metaphors, and we're talking about punchlines, and we're talking about aggression, and we're just talking about substance, content, context. This MC that is on HIP-HOPCALYPSE today embodies and embraces all of the elements of true hip hop, what most of us know is true hip hop. Today, I have a gentleman who goes by the name of Thunny Brown. Thunny, what's up, baby? How you doing, man?
Boom, boom, boom. Yo, man, that was one incredible introduction. I'm doing good in yourself. I'm definitely feeling good now. You know
Oh,
what I
that's
mean?
what's
That was,
up.
yeah, man, I appreciate you for saluting me and taking notice on the work and how we coming out here, man. Not a game, not a game.
You know,
Appreciate you, yo. It's the pretty boy gangster, Thunny Brown, aka the Thunder Guard, Boot Camp, Magnum Force, Rock Boy G's, A Squad, Warheads, Sharpshooters, and one half of the Walk Out of Here podcast show. Yeah.
yeah, rock, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You see, a lot of this. See, what y'all don't know. See, a lot of y'all youngsters that listen to the show, y'all don't know. Out of all of the cultures, out of all of the sports, hip hop is the most competitive. It is the most competitive because we have the turntablism, we have the fashion, we have the graffiti, we have the lyricists, we have the b-boys and breakdancers. If you're good in any, and I do mean any of those categories, there's someone that's always gunning to
You
take
said
you
graffiti.
out. Yep. The thing is, Dunny, you're nice, bro. I heard uh your many aliases and names, and that's what hip hop is about. Hip hop is taking it back to the essence, my man. You Before we get into it, let the people know where you from, brother.
Originally, yo, once again, I gotta just say thank you if I didn't get that in there, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so excited. I don't know if I forgot my manners and all that. Manners make it the man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All my kings and queens out there. But originally, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. For those of y'all that know, that's across the street from Bucktown, the legendary home of the entire Great Eight and the whole boot camp. You know what I mean? My family. And also, I also claim and rep the Florida Everglades because I moved from New York, from Brooklyn at an early age. I was like 15, 16. And I went down to Florida and I teamed up with my peoples out there, the Warheads, and did various other things to help me become the dude and the MC that I am now. And so, I did like about 9 years out there, and I still maintain a strong connection. I got family out there and forever ties. So I rep Brownsville, Brooklyn, Bucktown, and the Florida Everglades. Boom.
Brother, you hungry. You hungry, bro. You Hip hop has fed you, and you was starving for a meal, and you had to go out and go eat some heads lyrically. You had to go out and go prove yourself because you got that aura and you got that swagger, man. Where did that come from? What was your inspiration?
Well, you right. It's on me, and I think the Most High that it ain't never left. A lot of that is due to the fact that I love the art form. I love what I do. You know what I mean? I always had a love for hip hop. I always, like the hat say, it was all a dream. You know what I mean? From the time that I heard it to I experienced the various different elements of hip hop that you just listed, to even being able to sharpen my sword get my sword sharp enough so that I would be able to be out here and duel with some of the greats that's out here, man, and be considered one of the greats myself. That really just come from, like how you said, it come from where we at. The first off, the color skin right there already, that start preparing you for a lot of adversity in life.
Absolutely.
And you for being able to either stand up or lay down. You know what I mean? There's a lot. Some people fall somewhere in between, but you know, most of the strong personalities in amongst our family, friends, peers, we one of the higher or the lower tiers, you know what I mean? We were pretty much standing up for it. So I was all, like you said, I had a high level of competitiveness in me. And, you know, I ain't played many sports, but whatever sports I got into, like handball, it was all about being the best. Whether, you know, I started off dancing, it was all about being the best. And even if I was just a spectator watching, it was all about who's out there that's the best. That's what we're looking for, you know what I mean? And,
Right.
you know, I had a great love for hip hop, and all of the different artists that I liked and was admiring and seeing and hearing, they basically they showed me the path, they showed me the way, and it wasn't no subpar, no mediocrity. Everybody was at the top of they bracket. They was at the top of what they did, you know, because and then you know what made hip hop great is that we all don't do the same thing, or we all didn't do the same thing. It's a lot of people that's out here copycatting and just clones walking around, clones and drones walking around doing the same thing, saying the same thing, saying the same as a lot of other people. But that's not the era that I come from. It was all about originality, from the way you look to the way you already know. Even if you strip away everything, we're all individuals, yo. So everybody's supposed to be individually different, individually unique, period. So if you add all of the other flavorings and seasonings on top of that, we all definitely supposed to be able to stand far away from each other, you know what I mean, without, you know, having to follow what somebody else is doing.
I want to touch on something real quick, but I want to stay on this subject. But I do want to touch on something. Gator, Wolves, and Generals. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a track that will guarantee give you body shots. When you hear it, it will give you body shots because it's straight hits to the dome, to the liver, to the kidney. It's the raw essence of what hip hop. It's the essence of what hip hop strayed away from, at least out here in California. Now, I'm from an era to where, again, it's a competitive spirit. When I heard this track, I listened to it and I listened to it again. You know, you have the other gentleman that's in there, and each one of you is the equivalent. It's the equivalent of, in my opinion, and this is no diss to no one, it's like a stripped down Slaughterhouse, but on steroids. It was that deep. But where you guys are from, what I really appreciate about your style is you bring the grittiness. You keep the grittiness consistent through all of your songs, through the project, through your delivery. What did you see coming up, growing up? What were you surrounded to where those lyrics are hitting as hard as what they are hitting in present day? Now, keep in mind, hip hop hasn't, in my opinion, hip hop has not made a full circle like some of the legends had said. We strayed away from the competitiveness around it. We strayed away from being the street reporters. We strayed away from being the Nas's, the KRS-Ones, the MC Rans, the Ice Cubes. I don't think we come full circle, but you are bringing it back to the essence. What was it that you seen to say, hey, listen, I want to keep the integrity of hip hop how it's meant to be? And I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but with you, what did you see? What was your influence? What was your what was your background, and what's the hunger to keep the essence and the rawness that you have today the way it is?
Well, I had to thank you once again. And as far as that Gators, Wolves, and Generals, the two young men that featured on there that helped me body that track, that's Rusty Jukes, a protege of Sean Price, and Supreme the Elohim. He's one of the reps, one of the representatives from out the boot camp. And I mean, and these are two of my friends, two of my peers, and two MCs that I definitely look up to and respect what they pen game and they ball work. So, you know, once the track was done by my man Cousin Bob, legendary dude in the game, and you know, once I found the proper MCs to help me body that track, everything else was elementary. But as far as my background, we all from Brooklyn, various different parts. Me and Preem from Brownsville, Rusty Jukes from Crown Heights. If anybody know about Brooklyn, New York, some of y'all might have seen different things on TV, seen different things in video. I'm from Brownsville. Like, you know, typically growing up, when I would tell people I was from Brownsville, you get a lot of, oh man, damn, Brownsville, for real? Like, you know, it was considered one of the worst places in Brooklyn, one of the highest crime rates at various different times. However, even though I got fond memories of growing up out here before it got super crazy at a whole different time, you know, when everybody was more community oriented, when everybody was more about sticking together, you know, rather than, you know, just letting whatever happen happen. You know, so I come up seeing shit like pimps, prostitutes, the crack era, the crack epidemic, high drugs, you know what I mean? I lived in a building, my building had 22 stories. It was 3 of them. So that's 3 buildings that was 22 stories tall. At the same time, it was surrounded by various other buildings that had different amounts of floors and all kinds of projects right across from each other. And the same way you got different factions out there in LA where they might be different neighborhoods. This was all the same neighborhoods, just different blocks, and various different cats either got along or didn't. And it led to, it added on to the environment being, it could be considered a hostile environment especially if you wasn't from around here, or was in the wrong places at the wrong time, dealing with the wrong people, and it's still that way now. You know what I mean? So at the same time, in that, I had a family that was doing whatever they could to make sure that we all stayed together. We all leaned on each other. Big family. Family's very important. So, you know, and so in that climate, I still was seeing my mom do whatever she had to do to make sure me and my siblings had whatever we needed to get through this landscape out here. You know what I mean? So seeing various different people wage these wars on various different levels, including the people that I grew up around dancing with, you know what I mean, and the people I was growing up around, and seeing them do make music and do hip hop, that it was all top level. Everybody was, you know what I mean? It was never no, like how they used to say half stepping, or it was like you go hard, you go all the way with everything that you do, whether we was just playing sports on the block or we was playing for the world stage. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm gonna ask you to I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit after towards the end of the show. I want you to, you know, spit a verse from some of your stuff, man, so the people can hear. I think they're missing out. But how to rap? Made a track called "How to Rap." Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
how was that made?
How to Rap featuring my man, my family, Stuck B, the brother of the late great Sean Price, rest in peace, Sean Price, one of my mentors, one of the dudes that helped me get my sword sharp. It's including Rock Ness Monster, the whole Helter Skelter, the whole OGC, Smith and Wesson Boot Camp, Buckshot, Black Moon, OGC. Yo, so basically, my man, big up to my dude, Illinois, he's also on that song right there, Stuff B, Illinois, myself, for How to Rap. And basically, you know, it's a lot of us that feel like, you know, I like all music, and when it comes to rap, I like all levels of rap. But once again, once you got 5 dudes sounding the same, only the dude that created that style cannot even validate it. Same thing for every section of rap. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say just that one dude, but if y'all all sounding the same, that take a lot of validity away from whatever these cats is doing. Same time, I done been at shows where, you know what I mean, not to sound cocky, not to sound arrogant, but I'm at a different level with it, and a lot of people recognize that. And when they see that, when it come to shows, they want that higher level to go last. What that mean? That mean I gotta sit through everything that's going on or be missing in action somewhere. I don't want to be disrespectful, so I might listen and stay around because I want people to do the same thing with me. But then, it's a lot of times where cats get up there on stage and they ain't master their craft. And they killing the crowd. People is leaving. They sounding like trash juice. That I mean, I don't know if they don't probably do it out there. Everybody pick up the garbage, but there's so many people and so much garbage out here that when the garbage truck go past, all that compacted trash, old and in the hot days, the juices be spilling out the back. Juice. These dudes not trash, they trash juice. So like I said, it ain't all of them, but for those of y'all that's out there wasting y'all time, wasting our time, killing the show, killing the vibes, that right there was dedicated to, like, if you ever seen, the artwork is based off of the old school how-to books, how-to for dummies type books.
How-to the dummies. I've seen that. And being the lyricist that you are, we have come to accept that there's rap music lyricists within the hip hop culture. Anybody can rap now. Pioneers, I do like the point that you touched on. You have to be a pioneer or innovator of a special style in order to get your credit. That's the reason why Rakim was Rakim. That's the reason why Blastmaster KRS-One was who he was. That's the reason why Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Too Short, those were all pioneers of something. Outkast, and the list goes on of pioneers. You get a lot of copycatters that come over. I'm still here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you now. It was breaking up a little bit. Hello? You got me?
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So you have to be the pioneer of something. So I really appreciate that track because what it did, it highlighted exactly what you were saying. Now, hip hop is kind of like stock market. Everybody think that they could get in and make money out of it because everybody has a home studio and they don't have the skills. What I like about what you're bringing to the table, and this leads me into the next question. What I like about your style is, again, that you kept the very essence of it. You kept the relevancy. What makes you relevant in today's hip hop? Now, you're back east. You're back east. Now, let's keep in mind that our form of hip hop, the form of hip hop that I respect, the lyrics that you're spitting, I never thought I would have said this 10 years ago, but it's becoming obscure. It's becoming obscure because these kids nowadays, they're not used to the beats. People like us, we're getting a little bit older. We still have a fond appreciation for true lyricism, but it's not mainstream. How do you stay relevant in today's market of hip hop?
Well, your relevancy is gonna always come with a certain level of reinvention. You gotta keep reinventing yourself, keep making yourself brand new all over again. You gotta still be able to, no matter what's going on. Like you already see, the big got the white look to it. You know what I mean? Got the I'm becoming a master now is what I tell my baby girl. Like So like, you getting old. I'm like, no. The karate movies, when their beards start turning white and their hair start turning white, you know you're becoming a master. And I almost feel like that. Now I know this is gonna be something that's shared from the East Coast to the West Coast to every coast to around the world to around the globe. That's a lot of dudes that's my age that's not here no more. And they dead and gone or they locked up forever. And we ain't gonna see them again. We ain't gonna be able to benefit from none of their gifts again. But I'm
Right.
still here. I mean, due to the blessings of the Most High, and you know, once again, hip hop, like the big homie, the teachers say, KRS-One, it's not just the music. That's a way of life. That's why you see me looking like I look. And of course, it's people that question it in their mind, and if they say it under their breath in their mind or out loud, there's people that's gonna question how I look, how I sound, how I act. And that was from day one to now, you know what I mean? So basically, it's all about, like, you know, like I said, I listen to everything, I rock with everything. This is the young, the old, the super old school Motown, the super young cats that ain't even got no facial hair yet. We rocking with all levels of music. Good music is good music, and I vibe to it, and I make any kind of music. I don't put myself in a box. Other people may try to put me in a box, but even though I'm a MC, I'm a rapper, I'm a recording artist, is how I consider myself. So, like you called out the Gators, Wolves, and Generals, the how to rap, but I also got joints like Sweet. I also got joints on an album like Bamboo Pillows, which is almost similar to the bounce that a lot of these the young cats is rocking to now. You know what I mean? So being able to, at the same time, I'm also a host of a podcast show. I also do acting, you know what I mean? So it keeps you in the eye of different audiences, and, you know, all of these different art forms are all interchangeable, and they share like crowds and fan bases. So, you know what I mean?
And like I was saying, you know, hip hop is very competitive, and you're from an area to where your mental game, your pen game, and your battle game had to be up to par. How much has battle rap influenced you to come up? How much time did you have to spend to be on your pen game? Because I hear lyrics out from you. Yes, you're tight. You got a wicked pen game, but I hear some wisdom. I hear a cat who was in the trenches at one time or another with the culture, and that's what I want to make this about. I want to make this episode about defining the culture of what makes a true MC. What makes a true MC in your opinion?
Well, one of the things that makes a true MC or makes someone true at anything that they do is something that a term that was coined in hip hop called paying dues. Paying dues is now.
Did you pay your dues? You paid your dues?
My dues is paid. You know what I mean? I'm getting returns. You know what I mean? I'm getting returns on at this point. But in the corporate America or any type of job that you get into, you gotta go from the entry level, from to the various different positions before you could be the boss and run the. And it's pretty much it's the same thing with hip hop. So like I said, my pen game, I wasn't sharp with my shit, but I met others who was, and then, you know, I always hung around older individuals and always heard various jewels getting dropped. For those of y'all that don't know what jewels is, that's when valuable information is passed across. You know what I mean? And I would hear shit. Make sure you surround yourself with people that's smarter than you. Make sure you surround yourself with people who's more ambitious, who know more than you. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I live by. That's one of the things that I take seriously. You know what I mean? Not to take nothing away from anybody that might not know as much as me or some of my other brothers and sisters. We rock with everybody, but we also want to be able to impart. We want to be able to get greater knowledge than we already have, as well as give off knowledge give knowledge to the peoples that they might not be aware of. So, you know, and you know, at the end of the day, before word was written, this is how it was passed around. So like I said, paying these dues, I done paid my dues in various different levels and tiers of the game, from being under some of the greatest. I was blessed to be under some of the greatest, but even if it was just regular block scholars, dudes are from the block, you know what I mean? These are some of the greatest too. Some of the people that you've never heard are some of the greatest people that ever walked the earth. And we all have a lot of those people in our life. It's a lot of those people in and around my neighborhood, from a lot of the Muslim brothers that I see, some of the brothers that I walk past on a daily is through the Islam, various different levels of gang culture, various different levels of different religions, Jews, Israelites, some of them, you know what I mean? Big up to all of my Asian homies out there that rock with the Buddhism, you know what I mean? So I done paid my dues from here to Florida, Everglades. My name is known, and I done put in the work. You know what I mean? Once again, that's what paying dues also is. It's putting in the work to garner the type of, to be able to garner the respect, like the things, some of the things that you said about me. It's not that I didn't just pop up yesterday and was able to garner that respect. Yeah, I mean, you would have, because like, once again, your ear is trained for something else. So now you would have heard the typical artist, and if they wouldn't have been saying the right things, the beat wasn't right, if it wouldn't have registered on to you, it wouldn't have hit your radar the same. So this right here is showing and proving to me that also on another level, your dues is paid and you doing your job right, because we don't know each other. This is not the homeboy hookup. This is respect another does. You know what I mean?
Right.
You salute me when you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That leads me up to Heavenly Sword, your album. I listened to it. I listened to some of your other tracks. I'm going to use a adjective or verb. I don't know which one is which. That when I interviewed Busy Bone, I told him about his album, and I don't say this lightly. I listened to this album, and Heavenly Sword, it's a disciplined album. When you talk about paying dues, I hear all of that within this album here. Let's talk about it a little bit. You got a track that I like called Sweet, Bar Work. A couple of other tracks on there I really like. Production was on hit. What was the motivation for this track? What was the motivation for the album? Where were you? Where were you? Because there was a transition from the last album to this one here, Heavenly Sword, and I like this one. It'll definitely be on repeat. It's a disciplined album. What did you put into this album? What did you put into this album that was different than the other subsequent albums? And we can talk about those too.
Well, the thing that goes into everything that I do going forward is the focus is to level up. Well, not to level up, because we all grow. We all in various different states of growth. But the focus is to show that growth from one project to the next. You know what I mean? That's pretty much where I was at with that. So I recorded it over a few years. We made sure to get the beats and everything right. Basically, also, I've been involved in various different things over my life. Features on different albums and different projects, parts of different teams and different units, on tour, on TV, music and film, music and TV, all kind of placements like that, and modeling, acting, and basically this is my first official album that I was
giving that out because I've seen you and I've heard you on other tracks. You have a EP out, Hollywood, that's out that I appreciate it, but
it's two EPs out, the Hollywood and the Dragonfly Jones EP. Those is out mainly just because all of the music that's on there is music that I have with another publisher, another label situation that's set to be placed in TV and film. So that's nothing that I was moving on my own. That's all stuff that I had sitting specifically for Hollywood television.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
But at the
hence
same
the
time,
reason
like,
why this. So hence the reason why this heavily scored has a little different vibe, because this one is really raw. Gotcha.
yeah, this one is a full body of work, fully thought out, fully all mine, not
It's all
meant
yours.
for somebody. This is my
Gotcha.
voice, my thoughts, actions, not meant to be the soundtrack of anybody else's life and situation beside my own. If it do, you know, I'm also look to do the same type of things with this project. You know, get some things placed and move. And if it goes with some vibes and some visuals for somebody else, so be it. But this was not specifically crafted for somebody else, for something else.
Okay. So what do what do you got cooking, and what do you got cooking up for you, man? What's next on the agenda? So you done came out with the album. That video that video is just hot, ladies. If y'all ain't seen Gators, Wolves, and Generals, you guys are doing this disservice. Make sure that you guys check that out on YouTube. And Thunny's going to let y'all know where to find that at as well. Y'all need to support this brother. Y'all need to go on his Instagram, his Facebook, pay for his music on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever y'all get to. Y'all need to support this brother. If y'all are real hip hop listeners, if y'all love hip hop, y'all need to support him. But anyway, it's like, what you got so much that's going on, man. What's next? What's next on the agenda for you?
Well, let me see if I can rattle it off real quick. Right now, y'all could check for me in the web series, or the award-winning web series Forced to Sing, by my man filmmaker Ray Lute. That's out right now. You can check it out on YouTube. You can see that on Tubi TV. Me and my bro Stuck B got a podcast. He's also in that web series as well. But we also got a podcast show called the Fuck Outta Here Podcast Show. That's FUKKK show. You know what I mean? You can subscribe to that on YouTube. We got these different episodes and seasons. Some notables, some new cats. Tap into that. Also, I got a couple of projects that's about to release. Some with a 420 project is about to drop with my family out in Canada. Another project I got is about to drop shortly after that. That's gonna be something for the ladies for the most part, but we got something in there for the fellas. It's gonna be a hip hop R&B album that's already ready to go. I got something dedicated to my cousin, the great DJ Harvey Stone, aka Chef Shaw, aka Buddha. He passed a few years ago from diabetic complications, but we got a project with my team out in Florida in the Everglades, Red Rum, AOD, Heist and Flow, Warheads. We're going to put that project out. And I'm also working on some things with the super producer, DR Period, 33 million records sold that, you know, he's the architect of the Annie Up record, Hey Man, the various other hits from hip hop. You know what I mean? My big up to my Rock Boy Records family, my Rock Boy G's. We got a project that's sitting over there that's about to drop as well. And I'm working on, you know, more music, more visuals, more videos, you know. We stay working.
Okay, so Monday through Monday is pretty busy for you.
Pretty much.
Pretty
Plus,
Monday
you know, I gotta get some for the family. I just had the Soul Food Sunday at Mall Duke House. My oldest son was in town. My nieces, and we playing the Wii. My back's still a little sore from, you know, busting ass on bowling and tennis over there.
Right.
Mercy for these kids.
You got to get the Wii on, man. You got to get the Wii. Thunny, man.
For those of y'all,
go ahead, brother.
No, I was about to say, for those of y'all out there that like to do video games or be at the crib or just getting a little bit older or whatever age you at, put that Wii in your house and play some of them games, man, because they keep you active. It's like being at the gym with a little bit of fun involved.
No, I hear that. I need to, in my case, I probably need to get 2 or 3 Wiis, man. Every 5 steps I take, I probably need to get a Wii. You know what I mean? but Thunny, why don't you let people know where they can find you at, man? Where they can follow you at?
Listen, Yo, for those of y'all that can't see me and the homie Chris right now, my name on the screen, but it's the same thing everywhere. Thunny Brown, that's short for Thunder. Thunny Brown on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's my email, at thunnybrown@gmail if you want to holler at me about some serious business inquiries. Serious business only. Business. But that's my name everywhere. Make sure y'all go get the new project, Heavenly Sword. It's mad joints up there. It's a full album, full LP. This ain't no EP. This ain't halftime. This is the full length joint. This is a audio movie right here. Go ahead and get this audio crack. Do yourself a favor. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Heavenly Sword on all social media, and we already got 7 videos out off the album. Go spin that. Go run those numbers up. All them videos is out. Follow me. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, the Brownsville Bombers. That's AZ at the end of Bombers. Brownsville Bombers. Subscribe to the Fuck Outta Here show. Subscribe to the News Flash Network. You know what I mean? We out shit, B. And follow me on all the social media. Yeah.
Y'all HIP-HOPCALYPSE just heard that. Y'all just heard that. And again, I'm gonna say it. I gotta say it. If y'all want the realness, it doesn't really get too much more realer than this, y'all. Y'all need to make sure that y'all go follow him, listen to Thunny, go follow him, add him as a friend. If y'all looking for some business, I know a lot of y'all talk to me about if I know any MCs, lyricists. Hey, y'all, talk to the brother. Just see what he's about, y'all. He's a good man. Thunny, good looking out, brother. Hey, my man was on HIP-HOPCALYPSE. Hey, Thunny, you know what, bro? I can't let you go, my man. Why don't you spit one of those fires? Why don't you spit something for me real quick, man?
I'm gonna spit some. Let me see what we do here. Yo. Super grind, super thirst. Thunny Brown spin rappers back to the dirt. It's the G's back putting in work. If you ain't getting cheese, then why you on the earth? I'm on the turf with a hustle and a job. Getting fed shit from a boss named Ball. Trying to get the stacks tight before I got a rob. Trying to get my act right before I got a mob. Ain't nothing in the fridge, nothing in the cupboard, nothing on the stove, ain't nothing in the oven. In the studio, whipping up wood. When I leave the door, the green about to get flooded. Can't cut it, then you get gutted. Thrown in the lake for the fish. Make an anthem off a hard time. Bomb on the carpet and sound like this. Sound like nukes going off. The feds ask who shooting off. Cause they scam me, shelling the girls. Ain't even scaring each dog. Told them I calm it down. And they even yo, sound boy for that. Anyone who war with the dread will have to feel 2 gunshot in their head. That's what mine get when them choose to disrespect the set. Them boy them come with me, shed and tech me, now go fret me, let the shots fly. Me said the boy think again, but we not play until somebody die. That's when the one gives Mr. Brown him spit. I'm hard to kill a Brownsville, this in a Georgia grill. We murder in this soundboy push hole for real. I'm more pro, but I'm dirty. They hate me, they love me. I don't need a chick to wife, I'm only looking for cutties. I don't click up with just anybody or buddy, cause niggas wanna get a body, chickens wanna get money. Only thing you get from me is shells like a pack of seeds. Yeah, I seen a couple shells, they was packed with G's. Trading war stories, ripped them for the glory over bees. Graduated to the school of crooks and took it to the streets. Gotta sleep with an eye open on them at all time. Anybody could get it that was covered in less than 9. Less than 10 was don't get caught slipping even if she fine. Chicks that set a nigga up heavyweight to nickel dime. Palm pushers keep a Nah, B. Yo, y'all gotta get that album. Subscribe to the job, man. Follow me on all the social media at Thunny Brown. THUNNYBROWN. It's the God. Pretty boy gangster Thunny Brown, aka the Thunder God. Boom.
Yeah, baby. That's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. Thunny Brown was on HIP-HOPCALYPSE. Thunny, hold the line for a minute, baby boy.
Most definitely, Chris. Appreciate you, man.